Hey, I just gotta start with this, man. Walt, Walt be hoeing Jesse.
Oh man.
Like Walt be hoeing Jesse, and it's like I don't know if you pay attention to it as much because it's not intentionally funny. But when you stop and notice, it's like, yo, this nigga Walt wild. Like after they was burying that gun in the intro, this nigga Walt like half-assedly looking in the desert, like waving his hand and just like fix that. Like he a little errand boy. I'd have bad. We would have to shoot the fair boy. Like
Yeah.
Walk gonna have to see me at least one time. If I'm Jesse, even if I get beat up, like we gotta shoot the fair one because you ain't about to be little bro with me this whole time. But I thought that shit was hilarious. I had to lead with that. But I got a real question: how crazy or genius is Walt for this scenario that he planted? Like I'm gonna wander into a grocery store butt ass naked and make up something about my cancer caused me to fucking
Nah, I mean, this is why every time, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. This is literally what Walt is. For every bad idea, there's a brilliant idea. And that's the
so you saying this is brilliant?
so you know how some stories are so crazy you can't make this up?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it works.
Gomez, he pretty much referred to that when
Yeah.
he was talking about Jesse. He was like, "Man, I believe that story versus him having
I
anything to
believe.
do with Tuco because it did. It's so crazy that damn, I don't see any other explanation."
Yeah.
So that's a great point, Mo.
Because the if the story maybe if the explanation is if the story is crazy enough, you ask a few questions, but then you just kind of got to leave it there. And again, his finesse for the civilian thing is working out tremendously. Being a civilian, that's how he's getting this off for up until this point right now.
This is one of those. It does show you how brilliant Walt can be in the moment. Because to even think of something like this, yo, I've been away for days. I need to think of a reason as to why, and for them to concoct this plan. Like I thought that was pretty genius. It's crazy. Walt, this is a bad episode for Walt.
Yeah,
Like from a this nigga fucking wild. Like he's sick in the head. Like we should the signs were there. The signs were there. This is a sick ass episode for Walt. Like he does some things very subtly that are disgusting.
I don't know. I'm
And it's
starting.
like, damn, man. Like I found myself like really understanding Skyler. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
Boy,
Like I
shit,
found myself
man.
understanding why I get it. Like this nigga dead ass lying in my face. Like, all right, bro, bet. That was Skyler's version of bet. A lot of stuff, man. So we'll
yeah,
talk. We'll talk about it this episode. But um, yeah, man. I just thought it was wild. What about you, Spike? Genius, crazy. This whole concept. I'm gonna sacrifice my sanity and walk into a grocery store butt ass naked and come up with this story to have an alibi for my whereabouts.
I thought about that when I was watching. I was like, how believable is this? Like, I feel like you almost got to be a complete idiot to believe this. But then it goes to how we look at Walton. People don't think he's capable of shit, so they
yeah.
wouldn't think he's lying right here. So I do agree with Mo. It's brilliant. Like only Walter White could probably fucking get away with it because nobody respects him. Like it's some shit that he probably would do,
Yeah.
but he the only one could get away with it.
And you got to think about this. So what if it's crazy, or even if it doesn't make sense, or even if I'm lying and you figure out that I'm lying, you still don't put me back there where Tuco is. Now I done
Facts.
got you so far out off track. It don't even matter if you figure out I'm lying. You still don't
Yeah,
have me there. And that's
fair.
like
But
the bigger point, I think. Like it's like, okay, I lied. I was doing it, yada yada, whatever. But you still don't have me placed
Yeah,
at a crime. And that's where I think it works so well, regardless. Like,
yeah. It's
would y'all believe this?
I think it goes to what Mo said. I think it's so unbelievable that you have to. Like, why would someone make this up? Especially someone like Walt.
right.
If somebody had a history of this, then it's like, I don't know, man, that's some bullshit. But Walter White of all people, like that just doesn't even that's not even his character to just go missing like that. I would be skeptical and I'd keep an eye on him, but I'm still with I know Skylar's looking at man, he got the diagnosis, he been weird ever since. She knows something's up, and I probably would have figured that out too, but I probably would have resorted to that. It's a cancer. Like this nigga just got told he's got 18 months to live. Like that would trip me out too. I
Yeah,
might be wilding out too. So
it
I
makes
guess I
sense because
have
of
to
the
believe it.
meds and the treatment. But that initial phone call when somebody hits you up, like, man, we
But
finally
I'll
found
tell you,
Walt.
I'll tell you this. if he was still friends with the gray matter crowd and the scientist crowd,
He
they
wouldn't
would
have
have
did this.
picked up on his bullshit. Even and if he did, they would have picked up on it. They would have known
Mm.
something was up with Walt, like something real, because they more Walt's biggest issue and also his greatest strength is he's the smartest person in the room, like by
Yeah.
far. Like by far, like it's not even close. Like he talked to the doctor and the psychiatrist and was telling him, I'm grossly overqualified to be a high school chemistry teacher," and he's right. So when you have that in your back pocket of knowing every conversation I have in my life, I'm the smartest person talking, like that's got to build some kind of uh uh complex within you to where you lose sight of reality. And I think Walt thinks that no matter what, I think he has the benefit sometimes. And that's one thing I'm noticing. And me and Mo have talked about how this is our first rewatch, so we're kind of
Mhm.
reintroducing ourselves to the series. That's one of the things when you look back at some of this stuff, it's brilliant, but it's also borderline crazy. And I think
Facts.
that works because Walter is so smart that he thinks that he's smarter than everybody. Nobody would even think that this wouldn't work. And his as the seasons go on, his plans get bolder and bolder, and that's how he gets into the position he's in. Like it's a weird complex, but it works for him. That's why this show is so unique. You know what I mean? Because a
Yeah.
lot of shows that they tried to do that with the character, I don't know if they could build him up the proper way for it to make sense. But with Walt, you can kind of see it. If Walt wasn't smart, it wouldn't work. Walt had to be a genius
Well, and then
for this show to
also
even work.
he's prideful. So even then, and I know we're gonna get through the code, but even if for a moment she thinks of the fact, and I know this later scene we'll get into it more. Even think for the second, like I don't really even know what this is. He's too prideful to be naked at a grocery store. He wouldn't even take a check from his old college buddy. Or take a job from his old college buddy.
And you know what the show? I'm sorry, Mo.
No, I was just
The
saying,
show
like
did a
he's too
great-
prideful. There's no way he would have did it on purpose.
Yeah, the show did a great job of showing that scene when he was naked. The look on his face. Like,
Yeah.
What the? Like, here we go. Like somebody seen me. Here we go. Like you could tell he did not want to do that shit.
Yeah.
But that was his only out. And you said it perfectly, Mo. Like it got me from the scene. No matter what happens from here,
Mhm.
like you ain't tying me back to none of that Tuco shit.
Yep.
And it is what it is, and that's what matters. So
Even though there is a plot hole, and I'll share that later in the episode.
perfect.
Can't wait to hear that.
Welcome back to a new episode of No More Half Measures, a Breaking Bad podcast. Joined by the three hosts. My name's Rich. Joined by the good brother Maurice Hunt III and the legend Spike Lou. Fellas, how y'all
What up,
doing
though?
today, man?
They're good, man. This man
Great.
called me Mosenberg before we started.
Rosenberg.
What called me Mosenberg? That's it. I kind of like it. It's got a kind of ring to it.
Yeah, Mosenberg. Hey, man, whatever to get you off Mochaccino.
Hey, I'm still Mochaccino. Hey, it's still Mochaccino though. I'm about to change my Zoom name and everything. I told you, like it's catching waves right now. It's still Mochaccino, but for the sake of this,
Is it?
Wow.
it is.
It's catching waves. All right. People reaching out, calling
People
you
are talking about it.
Lock them up too. Lock them up too.
Total
Hey.
kill.
Hey, he said people talking about me. I don't know why that just made me think of hey, Johnny Sacramento really looked at Paul and said, he asked about you.
He asked about
Bro.
you. You know, he asked about you.
Oh, man.
Hey, he was fucking with Paul.
He,
That's
he
so
adores
crazy.
you. He adores you.
Hey,
Like,
that nigga walked up on car. Why the nigga said, who? Nigga, who the fuck is you? He said, John Sacramento? Oh, man.
that was good.
But either way, man, we're not here to talk about we're not here to talk about Sopranos or Good Earners. We are here to talk about Breaking Bad. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, leave YouTube comments, everything, the whole nine. We definitely appreciate them, and as you know, we will read them on the air fully. If you want to reach us on Instagram, the Instagram handle is NMHM for No More Half Measures _ Breaking Bad Pod. The email address is no more half measures pod@gmail.com. Please be sure to hit us up there. We'd love to hear from you. And also, like I said, read your comments on the episode. There will be spoilers and explicit content. Breaking Bad came out years ago, so shame on you. But no shame if this is your first time, because we do appreciate you in spending your first time listening and watching with us. But also, make sure this doesn't happen again with another TV series, right? If you any classic that's on the list, make sure you go through those as well, so nobody makes fun of you like me. Today's episode, we're here for, actually, before we even get to today's episode, let's talk about these comments that I just mentioned about reading. First and foremost, Kiori, shout out to our guy. Kiori wrote in with a YouTube comment saying, most saying that Marie being the younger sibling is whack is in the same vein as him saying Hollywood Dick / Sally being twins and Many Saints was whack. Also calling us viewers as that's what Kiori said. You got his IG, hit him up. Also calling us viewers as enablers only reminds me of Christopher Moltisanti beating JT Dolan's ass and then saying, I will not enable you. Hey man, that was he was fucking up JT,
bro.
Something crazy.
Nah, y'all the clientele. Like y'all definitely the clientele. But I know what that is, Kyo. You salty about the MF Doom comment that me and Spike had last week. That's what that is.
Hey man, I got you, Kiori. I'm riding with you, bro. They disrespectful.
Hey, rest in peace, MF Doom, though. He is a legend, but nah.
Hey man, niggas will diss you and then quit you with the rest in peace so quick, won't they?
No, I mean I'm saying I don't like his music. I don't know the content of his character. I have no problem with it personally.
I'm fucking with you, Mo. He said I don't know the content of his character.
Hey man, he's another black man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to you, Mo, man. Ain't nobody else in the world like you, bro.
Right.
Acid Jax, our guy, man. This is like a segment of the show at this point. Shout out to Acid Jax. Wrote in another email. Fellas, the show was grilled, but this episode of the pod should have been titled Bodied. You boys all took the full measure on this one. Couple comments, couple questions. R.I.P. Tuco. Yes, indeed, R.I.P. Tuco. The tequila might have made Spike sharper, but Rich's hosting is getting stronger by the week. I appreciate that, my brother. Has anyone else noticed how Rich is slowly turning into Heisenberg? We know he choked out a kid in the Chuck E. Cheese outfit.
Hey, yes.
Hey, there might be people listening for the first time like, what the fuck is they talking about? But yes, that is a real story, but that's not what we're here to talk about. But now the question is, was Rich always broken bad? That's a great question, actually. I know the answer to that. Master Jack's turning the tables, man. Speaking of breaking, Mo ain't. And in respect to Brokeback Mountain, he ain't handing out sausage samples either. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. But he was dishing up some killer connections. Agreed on the Hank Big Fish in a Small Pond local cop comments. And I feel Mo on the lack of family dynamic authenticity in this show. On a scale of family from 1 to Fast and Furious. Hey, man, I don't know how many people watch Fast and Furious and know the whole running joke about family, but that's just hilarious. On a scale of family from 1 to Fast and Furious, I'd say Breaking Bad is about a 6. And Sopranos is maybe a 9. Either way, shout out Dom Toretto. But speaking of the not so fast and the furious, once again, Spike cannot let Walt Jr. shuffle on past. Nigga said shuffle. Come on, man.
That's right. Shuffle. Tell that.
Shuffle.
Right, never mind.
Hey, man, shuffle is crazy. Hey, shuffle is crazy.
Shuffle your way back to the room, bro.
Oh, hold on, man. I gotta start this sentence over. All right. Once again, Spike cannot let Walt Jr. shuffle on past, and even the smallest scene, telling this motherfucker to get out in the streets with the flyers. Shit. R.I.P. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. Like the born-again Christian girl Tony smashes at Barone Sanitation. Oh, yeah? Rich was holding on for dear life before he broke also. Rich's run, don't walk, and Spike's you're printing shit in the baby room, man. Shut up. Had me crying. My estimation of myself as a man just plummeted. I forgot I said that shit. Damn, that's Friday.
Hey.
But like your man told Weebay, the lesson here, Walt Jr., is you come at the king, you best not print flyers. Honorable mention, and that's a great tie-in because the famous Weebay scene was at the print flyer shop. That's a Jack, man. You good, man? You good.
Breaking Bad sessions.
Absolutely, man. Honorable mention. Walt can't get no other bitch with some champagne ball breaking. Bravo, Spike. That's spoken just like Spike Lee, man. Walt can't get no other bitch. Last thing, I love the discussion about Marie's scene with Skylar. At this point, Marie is running a masterclass in reverse gaslighting, a real masterclass. I agree with that. She goes out of her way to convince others that she, not them, is the fucking crazy one. Once again, you just know she a freak by how regular day crazy she is. So to close out, my question to all three of you is Marie versus Rosalie. Who's the bigger freak? Bonus round, Marie versus Rosalie versus Skylar versus Janice. Fucking dothead. Who wins? Who wins in a 4-way Royal Rumble freak off? I could hazard a guess, but I'm a devout Catholic. And Acid Jacks, man. Shout out to Acid.
Shout out Acid Jack, man.
That was wild.
Janice got that. Janice got that by far.
Yeah, Janice wild. Janice do some.
Janice gonna go to the next level. Yeah, she gonna go to
do some unspeakable shit, and not no Ralph Cifaretto shit either. Just I'm around. Just so y'all know, I'm talking
probably some R. Kelly. She just sprinkled a little R. Kelly in there. Janice,
you can piss on Janice.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not much. Like I ain't even like this is gonna get filthy. Let me stop. This is about to get filthy.
Don't get filthy.
Yeah, don't get filthy. Don't be fucking filthy about it. Shout out to speaking of Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mo? You the expert. This your field.
What?
the Battle Royal Freak Off. Yeah, this your field. What you think?
The Royal
between Janice, Rosalie,
Skylar, and Marie.
And Skylar.
Who's freak? It's easily Janice.
Yeah.
Rosalie, I don't even know. Rosalie might not even be in the conversation. I think that's probably another character.
Rosalie, one of them unexpected.
Rosalie, old freak. She's an old freak.
Yeah, she unexpected. Like she don't really get into. Nobody really know what she doing. Like Rosalie, the type like you ain't catch up with her in 6 months, and then you talk to her like, oh shit, you've been knocking off this person. Like she gets it in, but it's unexpected.
Yeah,
unsuspecting, should I say? Shout out to Acid Jacks, man. We appreciate you, man. Really,
1,000,000%.
I know the effort it takes, man. So it ain't no pressure, man. If you ever feel the need to take a week off, we good. But keep them rolling in, man. If you got it in you, because that was a good genuine laugh and witty, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the wittiness. But let's go ahead and get into today's episode. We're at season 2, episode 3, Bit by a Dead Bee. For those who don't know or trying to figure out the reference, Humphrey Bogart he's a movie star, or was a movie star back in the day, one of the earliest movie stars. He was in a movie called To Have and Have Not, and there was a segment in that movie where one of the characters talked about, like, be careful going around dead bees if you're walking barefoot. They sting just as bad, if not worse, than the live bees, especially if they died angry. And I think that had a tie-in with the actual episode of, the supermarket, him showing up barefoot, and his plan biting him in the ass, pretty much. It backfired on him. It didn't go exactly how he needed. He had to get even more clever to get out of it. So yeah, that's a little nod to the title of the episode. It premiered March 22nd, 2009, and directed by Terry McDonough. Streaming on Netflix. So if you were looking to watch Breaking Bad, it is streaming on Netflix. And Spike Lou, do we have a synopsis for this episode?
Yes, we do. For this episode, Walt and Jesse come up with a plan to cover up being kidnapped by Tuco. Marie has questions about how Walt pops back up butt naked in the supermarket. Jesse tries to cover his tracks, and before he's questioned by Hank, and he comes up with a great alibi. And Walt explains why he ran into it. Walt explains why he was at a therapist, why he ran away. And then Hank is celebrated at his job.
Hank is celebrated at his job. Oh, he is. Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. This is Breaking Bad. No more half measures. Walt's in the hospital. He's focused on his painting, a painting that actually reappears some seasons down the line. He actually represents seeing that painting before. So yeah, this is the painting in question. And Skylar and Walt Jr. are just now seeing Walt for the first time. You can tell. They set it up. They're talking to the doctor, asking his condition, pretty much saying, hey, he's dehydrated. He's got some memory loss. And one of the nastiest things, so this is what? This is 10 episodes into the series so far for us. One of the nastiest things I've seen Walt do, right? And we kind of talked about it, and I know Acid Jack just mentioned it when he talked about Marie, the gaslighting of it. Walt immediately seeing Skylar and like starting to do the fake tear up and cry. like I don't know if y'all paid attention to that or y'all really noticed it, but the way this motherfucker like actually was acting like he wandered off on his own, or like it wasn't on his own, and played the role was disgusting. Like, Walt, you sick in the,
The
head,
little face he
bruh.
made.
Yeah, the face he made, like hey, come on, man.
Hey,
Oh shit.
Like that's some next level sick shit.
yeah.
He's a sick man. Like that's when I realized, like, oh, this nigga Walt is nuts. He out of his fucking mind. I now agree with Spike. This nigga been broke.
I am like this close. I said,
it
bro,
took me
I
now.
said, Spike, I'm getting like this close to be like, you know what, bro?
And
He was always.
that's the cool thing, like I said, about rewatching right now is since I know how the series goes and how it ends and all the big moments, I can kind of start picking up those clues. And I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
started early. Like,
You know
this
what?
is nasty.
You know what? Here's what I could think is a strong possibility. He could have, like Spike said, he could have already been that. A lot of this were basing off the pilot, kind of, right? So, you know, pilots tend to have a different vibe from like when you get into the later season once it's picked up. And it almost there could be a possibility. I haven't read anything from Vince Gilligan, but there could be a possibility that once they got into it, it's picked up. It's like, okay, you know, obviously we talk about a little bit of heavy-handedness at certain points. Maybe that the shift happened within them going to the second episode and how they changed a little bit of how they wanted to present it, you know, because it's the way he's acting, it definitely feels like what Spike said. He's always been like this, but at the same time, bruh, the way we see him in the first episode is he was just pitiful. So I don't know if it's that. And then secondly, tying into the scene, the fact Walt Jr. got the same shirt on is crazy. Like I was like, wait, is this the same day? Like that's how thrown off I am. But and then Hank,
the next day, ain't it? It was only one day, right?
Yeah, because they said he only was missing for hours. So that's why I was like, okay, I was like, bro, if he got the same shirt on, come on, dog. But the good here. So and then lastly, Vince Gilligan does such a good job here because what he does is the episodes are so totally different. It feels like you're watching something else. So it's almost like he's.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
So last episode was so like high, you know, like high energy as far as everything with Tuco and them, the survivors try to get out of there and the old man and the bill and the shootout. It was so high energy, and then this one's like totally different. It's the aftermath, of course, but it's totally different, total shift. And it's almost as if what was the episode before? It's almost as if he's mind tricking us too, as the viewer. Just like Walt is mind tricking everybody else. It's like, wait, hold on. I'm not sure this came right after. Like, bro.
I like that. No, that makes complete sense. Man. We have a funny moment where Walt Jr. asked him, you know, do you know who I am? Kind of like fucking with him a little bit. And, you know, of course, he does the whole thing, come in, gives him a little hug and kiss, knowing he don't care. Like, Walt crazy, man.
How about the fact that I hate my son?
Right. Walt Jr. tells Walt that Uncle Hank was in a shootout. And Walt has to, you know, he's fake surprised, has to pretend like he doesn't know. And then we also see Skylar talking to Marie. And she doesn't think Walt should be rushed home. She thinks he should be held for a little bit because this is odd behavior. Like my man's was walking naked in the grocery store. Like something's going on. I don't think you should just be celebrating just yet. And kind of puts that in here to her brain. She's also at the federal building as Hank is getting interviewed about the shooting. So we see everything going on with that as well. So as we continue and talk about that scene, Spike Lee, what are your thoughts on everything going down? The Hank interview about what happened with the Tuco shooting. Well, actually, don't hold off on that because I'm gonna separate that as a different scene. But the family finally being reacquainted with Walt.
I think Marie surprisingly was the smartest one here, like asking, she was like, wait, what happened now? And like really trying to drill in, and Skylar didn't have any answers. I think Marie smelled bullshit early. And then I think Skylar probably picked up on it later. The whole thing where they interviewing Hank, typical, like they gonna make him out to be a hero and smarter than what he is. But yeah, this Marie stood out the most for me.
Mo, any thoughts on this scene other than what you already provided?
We're still in the hospital.
Particularly, yeah, still in the hospital. I also mentioned, I know you didn't really touch on the Marie Schuyler conversation.
Uh, just again, they're trying to do some comic relief with the naked. Like it was like, okay, but nah, no, nothing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got you. Let's actually talk about this interrogation at the moment because you can tell Hank is in there with a superior and what I would assume to be internal affairs. Internal affairs are normally involved in any kind of shootings. And this is standard procedure. They want to get an idea of what's going on, and the details are a little bit murky. What happened? Why are you there with Tuco? Why do you not have any backup? What led you to this place? And Hank plays it cool. Everything he says is factual. That's what happened. He wasn't telling any lies. We talked about it a little last week where you understand why Hank is a superior at his job. You understand why he's not a big dog, but you also understand why he's not a little dog either. Like he's right there in the middle. And it makes sense. He knows how to handle himself. He knows the details of the job. Whether or not he's good at it, once again, that's a question that we'll continue to answer throughout this series. But he ends that whole interview saying that they're working on looking for Jesse. They know his car was there. They don't know where he is, but they are working on that. So that's what's going on with that. Spike Lou, I'll kick it over to you to start off with. What do you think about this interview?
I think Hank did what he was supposed to do. Like he's a consummate professional, and like you spoke of, we see how he's kind of ascending up the ranks. They think very highly of him. At first, I thought it was skepticism, but I feel like they just had to ask him what he was doing out there without backup and stuff like that. And then his boss came in and saved him a little bit. So I think they have a very high regard for Hank, and it shows in this interview. He can do no wrong. Even with Marie saying he's indestructible, like everybody thinks the world of Hank, and it
They
came
do.
off in this interview.
That's fair. That's
Subject,
a very good.
subject.
Yeah, nah, yeah, that's so we'll talk about the whole good cop, bad cop thing when we get to the Jesse part of things because I know on one hand, what else can he do? But on the other hand, I don't know. It's just a little bit odd. It's just a little bit odd for me. But like I said, I think you can tell Hank just knows what he's doing. He knows how to be a cop. He knows how to get in and out of jams. They're very precise. We haven't met Mike yet, but Mike is a master of this, knowing how this situation is going to play out and what you're going to say and how to get all the heat off you and everything like that. Like that's just a cop background, a cop mentality that they have. Mo, did you have any thoughts on the scene?
Like I said, it was factual. Again, I think we're going to start seeing like Hank is smarter than I think we would probably give him credit for. There are some things about like not smart moments, but those just like I feel like nobody gets it right every time. But like this episode really starts to show how smart he really is. You know what I mean?
And Hank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, I think so. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah.
All right. Make sure you point those out to me.
Okay.
Because I want to know. I want to know a little bit more, and see if I look at it. Maybe I need to change the way I'm looking at it because there were some moments. Well, I'll wait until we get there. Jesse and Badger are posted outside of Jesse's crib as the cops are checking in. Spike Lou in a very early episode, the first time we met Badger, one of the first impressions Spike Lou had was somebody like him gets you killed. Like not necessarily in jail, but they'll get you killed. Badger's not somebody to do business with, and you see it again. What Jesse is up against, like it's comical how dumb and unaware Badger is, right? So Badger, he sees the cops at Jesse's crib. He sees Jesse freaking out. He sees this going on. Like, you know what I mean? They go in the crib. He sees the meth lab and goes crazy. Tells that man, we got to make one more batch. You owe me.
That man started rubbing his nipples when he seen the meth, bro.
Bruh, he was humping the can. He was humping the can, bro. He was stroking the can.
That nigga right there is crazy.
Hey man, this is a wild thing, man. He wants to kick a batch for the road. Jesse rightfully tells him now ain't the time. Like this ain't it, bro. You see, I got a whole meth lab and the cops are surrounding my house. We got to move this shit. Badger's cousin, whose name was Clovis, by the way, just in case
Clovis.
Clovis, yeah, Clovis, comes to tow the RV. I love how Jesse said, "What we say? What you say? 500?" He said, "We ain't say anything, and it's 1,000." Like,
That sound like a rich answer.
yeah, bro. Because hold on, man, I'm moving a whole motherfucking meth lab, bro. I'm not doing that shit for 500. And you want me to store it? I should charge you more. You're really getting off easy.
Facts.
But Jesse doesn't have all the money. I personally wouldn't take. If I was Badger's cousin, I would know that Badger's an idiot, and I would assume anybody you hang out with is an idiot, especially one who doesn't have the agreed upon price. So I'm not doing none of this for y'all. I'm not putting a meth lab and my future at stake for $500. And
Yeah.
460.
yeah,
Was it
and these two
460?
idiots. 560. It was 560.
560. He held the 60. Yeah.
Yeah, but we also see that Jesse has a plan that we're not aware of as viewers. But Jesse's talking to Badger and making sure Badger knows his instructions and what he's supposed to be doing. And Jesse also mentions, hey, the cops need probable cause. I'm going to give them probable cause. What do we think about the Jesse and Badger reunion, especially on both accounts is wild because for one, Badger, you're an idiot. And for two, Jesse, you left me in the desert, bro. It's up when I see you. It's up. Like, ain't no words, bro. Like, ain't as soon as I see you, grocery store,
On
nigga,
site.
laundromat, it's on site, bro. You left me in the desert. Come on,
Yeah, that
man.
is
What would y'all
crazy.
think about this scene?
Nah, I mean, it's interesting because Breaking Bad does this thing where, again, there's a lot of teetering. I feel like it's again getting super metaphorical, but similar to like when you're mixing like between the beakers, like it's like they do the same thing with these characters where it's like you look at Jesse as like the poo putt on the low side of the scale, but then you get to see Jesse on the higher part of the scale and see Badger. That you see the same thing with Hank, and Gomez, and then you see Hank it teeters back. We have to talk to the big guys that are. So they do this interesting scale thing, the whole thing, and I love it actually. It's a real intriguing thing that they do because it shows the different dynamics, and it really shows it like in the sense of a chessboard too. It's just like you're trying to figure out who's a pawn, who's a rook, who's a knight, So it's an interesting thing, but. It's a shame. It's like, man, this man ain't got no friends, bro. He had to call Badger, bro. Like,
That's wild. That is wild when you think about it.
he had to call Badger.
Like
And
that's your
Badger
go-to
is, both
homie.
of it, like I said, is wild, man.
That's your go-to homie, Badger. That's nasty.
Yeah, I mean,
That is nasty.
yeah, bro. That's the sheesh.
That's rough.
That's
That's rough living.
Yeah, Badger furthermore proved my point in this scene. The nigga is a complete nincompoop. Like I wouldn't trust him with anything. But he came through. He came through. His cousin had the tow truck. He got the shit towed. So we'll see how far Badger makes it.
Nincompoop is a classic.
That nigga said, let's cook a batch for the road. Like you don't see what you don't see what
We
the
just
fuck is
seen the
going on around
police.
here. Yeah, bro.
We
Like, what are
just
you
seen the
talking
police
about?
pull off, bro.
Oh man, that's the type of shit. But you can tell that's how desperate Jesse is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shout out to Badger for coming through. Like you said, he did come
Yeah.
through, cousin with the RV, so we'll give him credit for that. Walt is playing the game. He in the room with the doctor, the oncologist, with Skylar. He really selling the story. Like really selling it. Once again, going back to how sick in the head Walt is. Like he's doing all the mannerisms, he's talking in the correct tone. He's really trying to make sense of everything and acting confused. The only issue is they're confused on why this happened, and they want to make sure they keep Walt indefinitely until they can figure out why. They want to make sure this isn't something that's going to be recurring, that you're just not out here wandering the street. We as a hospital can't let you just go and have something like this happen again. Because the first thing they're going to be saying is, well, why didn't you treat him? Why'd you let him leave without knowing what was going on? And Walt didn't take account for that because he has shit to do out in the streets. But they put that nigga under psychiatric evaluation just to make sure he's safe. What do you think about this scene of Walt trying to plead his case and playing the game that he's okay, and them having a game for him, pretty much saying, nah, not until we say so.
I think the street influence is affecting some of his scientific logic. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
What you mean?
Because I think that he's a civilian. He knows that, and he just dealt with some street affairs. He gets here. He's trying to kind of wise guy talk his way through this, but forgets like, hey, this is also a scientific thing, and of course, I mean, this is a hell of a plan to think on your feet off the cuff. Like to really Jay-Z the situation. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a heck of a plan just without having a whole ton of time to put something together. But there's a scientific element to this. Like, okay, if somebody just temporarily has amnesia, they're not going to let you go in a day and say, oh, well, he checks out, his vitals are good. And so that's the part I feel like with him being street and like figuring out how to, talk his way through it. He tried to apply it here. And that's what makes the show interesting, the teetering again, where it's like it at one moment now Walt is applying this versus applying that. Cause we'll see a later scene in the series where he's talking to his wife. It's probably one of the most infamous quotes. And he's in the civilian thing using street terms. So it's just like, there's a lot of, development in the Heisenberg arc or whatever. So yeah, this was an interesting thing, but it almost make you wonder. He's so smart, and they're so smart in how they write it. Make you think: was he even thinking about the fact he knew he was going to have a moment with a psychiatrist, and he knew it was confidential?
Nah, I think it was a surprise.
No, so. That was a surprise
based off that questions that he asked him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think he was that thought out about it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's once again, I said it earlier about Walt just being the smartest person in the room and not knowing. Like, the show does a great thing when Walt has these crazy ideas or these ideas that might seem far-fetched, such as we about to take this Etch-a-Sketch and take all the powder from it and it makes a bomb and all that. It all comes from his knowledge, right? Walt is a genius.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that he usually comes up with in that sense, it all has to do with science and something he already knows. We don't know it because we're not in that field, but a lot of people, I'm sure, are scientists, were like, oh yeah, that's common. We know that. And a lot of the contraptions and gadgets that comes up with in the show is from Walt's knowledge. This is an example of it's not Walt's expertise. Because you can even see him in the scene where he's talking to the doctor about, I know I'm not in your field, but couldn't it be the medicine? He's trying to be smart for them so he can get himself out of there. But it doesn't work as smoothly because that's not your expertise, bro. You're not in the chemistry world anymore. This is a medical doctor. This is something different. If this was chemistry, you probably could have been up out of this hospital already, but it doesn't work like that. So I like the fact that it kind of shows, and like you said, the parallel of the Beakers. Walt has to play two completely different people. And I don't know if I really, when you're watching this, you're so caught up in the drama and the suspense and just the great writing and acting. But the complexity of, I have to go from being in a shootout with Tuco, I actually got a shot off on him, to the family man who's dazed and confused, and I got cancer, poor me. I don't know how I ended up here, but I think I'm okay. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. And that adds layers to the whole show. So I thought the scene was very, very complex. And it, like I said, shows you're not in control of what happens when you aren't. Your ass gonna stay here in this hospital. Conduct business from here. And that's what we see as we go on. We see Jesse and Wendy at the infamous motel. I don't know what the name of this motel is, but we know it's a Breaking Bad staple. It was in Better Call Saul as well. Like, we know that hotel, that motel, should I say. Jesse finally comes face. You said what?
It's an hourly rate motel.
It's an hourly rate motel.
You can get 2 rooms for an hour.
If you've never been to an hourly rate motel, then you living good. Hey, you lived a very clean life. If you ain't never been, because boy.
Hey, don't get filthy about it.
Don't move. Yeah. Scurry along.
No.
Jesse comes face to face with Hank for the first time. And they have Jesse down in the federal building, but for Jesse's accounts, he's playing it smooth. He's tapping his hand, just being Jesse, trying to play it cool, like he knows this was gonna happen, because he did. He said he doesn't know anything about Taco. He doesn't know anything about Crystal. He had no clue his car was going. He was just partying all weekend. I was partying with Wendy, man. That's all I know. I ain't know my car was stolen until y'all told me. When they said he found his car, he played that perfect. Like, what? Like, DEA all the way. Like, he was hyped. How somebody would look if you found my car. My car was stolen. Cool. Then they pulled out that $67,920,000 and told him they're robbing him pretty much. Oh, this is unclaimed drug money. Well, this is ours now. Softball uniforms, the whole nine, coffee machine, whatever we need. And you could see Jesse's face. That's the only thing I would say about these interrogation scenes. His face kind of gave it away. And then they finally pressed him about Tuco being shot before Hank got there. Knowing that Jesse didn't do it, because the only thing Jesse shoots into is a Kleenex, but he does know the person that did it. And they said, you know what? I think Wendy gonna roll on you, bro. I think we go over here to Wendy. We don't get what we need. What do you think about this Jesse interrogation scene and how he handled the one-on-one with Hank and Gomez? I guess two
I
on one.
think I think Jesse sold this a little bit better than Walt.
He
Jesse
did.
sold his shit like you said with the car, DA all the way, how he was acting, and even the cover up. It's a solid plan. Long as Wendy don't roll, like that's a solid plan. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a meth. I've been out here partying, bro. I ain't no shit. I don't know how my
What do
car
you-
got out there. So
Are you trusting Wendy? This is
I'd
your
be terrified. I would be terrified for my life.
Yo, that's the same
All
thing I was
somebody
thinking.
got all somebody got to do is offer her a bigger rock, boy. If they had meth, they would have got her to tell.
Yeah. They it really worked out because if Hank ain't pulled that bullshit in season 1
Yeah.
and she ain't recognized
Yeah.
him, it could have worked out. She was close to breaking
Facts.
until she realized,
was.
oh, you a weirdo, nigga. You want me to do that
Yeah.
kid on the crutches?
You was trying to get me to do that disabled kid.
Yeah, man. So I would have been terrified as well. Mo, what about you? If Wendy was your saving grace from this story, you trusting her?
No.
Where the chick
It-
you was hitting in the pilot episode? Where that chick?
I
that
know.
blew the fake
I don't know.
tip-
Hey, he got
Like,
lucky. He
pay
got
her-
lucky. He just got a
Pay
little.
her off or something. Like,
Well, here's what this what makes you think. How much of Walter's plan was it, and then where did Jesse have to maneuver it?
oh no,
Because
this is 100% Walt.
This
Ain't
Jesse
no
wrong.
way.
But hold on,
I
hold on.
thought, this
Think.
was I thought Jesse.
See, I think Walt was like, I feel like Walt gave him up until they're gonna be, swarming your place, get the stuff out of there, and then basically give them a place for you to show up. I think Jesse had to get Badger to help him move the stuff. Badger had a cousin, he needs somebody to boot that, and then I think he had to get old girl on board because Walt wouldn't have never trusted him, and he wouldn't have those type of references at all. So I think this is all Jesse. So it at this point of the plan, and man, listen, is it believable? Is kind of the question
It's more believable than Walt, in my opinion.
of the
I've
being
seen-
naked and lost your mind type thing.
Yeah, I think that's insane, and I would definitely be questioning that. I've seen addicts go on 3-day benders. Like you ain't seen this nigga since Friday. It's Monday morning. He just popping
Not
back up.
knowing
Like, bro, where
anything
you
that's
been
going
at?
on in the world.
Yeah, like they just
Not
been
knowing
out of
anything.
No, that's not Jesse's story.
Oh,
Her being able to like keep this, or was it just?
yeah,
enough?
I don't think that Walt would have trusted her to keep it. I think Jesse. That's why I think that's Jesse's plan. Walt would have probably said absolutely fucking not.
Would you believe that her being a drug addict, she could have executed this?
Depending on her motivation.
Like to get the story straight for the DEA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think like Spike.
Yeah, all
That's
she
why
gotta
Spike
get-
said if they had a bigger rock, she would have folded. Like it's
Yeah.
he and like she had some kind of incentive to go along with this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was money. I don't know if it was drugs.
He
I
gave
don't
him
know
some
if it was
meth, I
just
thought.
he did, but I don't know if that would have been enough. But it probably is. This is she a criminal. That's another thing I think we need to factor in. She's a criminal too.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's easier for her to kind of just be in this world. She's talked to cops before. She ain't like a civilian that's gonna fold if they question. Because all the cops kind of do,
That's true.
especially when they have any evidence, they're trying to box you into a story. And then that's
Yeah.
what they say it again. We saw this in Breaking Bad. Lalo Salamanca. Tell me again. Tell
Don't
me the
get-
story again.
don't get me
Tell me the
started.
story again. Tell me the story again. Like that's what people I wanted you to slip up.
That's
So
a
I can catch
tactic.
you in a lie.
That's
Yeah.
a police tactic. They did. I just watched
Absolutely,
Menace
100%.
to Society. They did. That's what they did. No, you fucked up, right?
You say 8:00. Yep, 8:00.
Said
Right,
8:30?
8:00. Yeah, right.
No, you fucked up, right?
Yeah, got him.
So yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point, Mo. Mo, you cooking today, man. No pun
Right.
intended.
Hey man, Mochaccino, man. That's what we do. We brewing.
Oh, can't even get this
We
nigga
brewing.
brewing. Man, this is crazy.
Brewing.
I forgot that Jesse packed up that money, like in an attempt to leave. Cause I was wondering, like,
Oh.
stash. And yeah, he pulled it from underneath the sink.
Let me
Hey.
sink
Um,
it.
Hey, heartbreaking.
I thought Tuco was, bruh.
Heartbreaking.
You go
Bruh, I
from
took it.
67 grand to $80 in a night.
Is that what Ho felt like? Is that what Ho felt like when he lost some 92 bricks? Hey, man, and you watch him. You looking at
worse.
You looking at him with your money.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and they telling you what we about to buy with your money. Like
And we
nigga,
finna
Hey.
blow this shit. We finna
And-
BMF this shit, nigga.
Hey, and
oh
and
shit.
you got to think Jesse's mom, because we keep seeing, and this is a recurring thing. No spoiler. It's not a spoiler alert here, but like in Jesse's mind, imagine he get out of this. I'm done. I'm really done. You know what I mean? And that was your I'm done money. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm done. I don't care what Walt talking about, cooking nothing. I'm done. I'm gonna pay his cousin this other $5. I'm about to put the house back on the market. I'm done. After dealing with Tuco, he almost took us to Mexico. You know what I mean? Like, nah. Like I you know, but then again, they do a good job. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. This is one of the again, that's like, bruh, what am I gonna do? I'm broke. This can't be for nothing. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. We go. Speaking of Wendy, we get into we pan over to Wendy, and she's in her waiting room, waiting on a root beer, and she needs to pee. You know, she got all types of stuff going on. Hank is saying some kind of crass comments. You know, Hank, that filthy animal. He don't give a fuck about none of that, man. He's just trying to press her before Wendy recognizes him from season 1, and of course she did. You tried to make me do it to that kid, the crutches. And I love Gomez in the back, like, what? Like, the fuck she talking about? Like, what y'all got going on? And Wendy firmly sticks to her story, and that's it. She realized, like, oh, you a weirdo. Anything else? Because she was gonna fold and realized quickly, nope, I ain't saying nothing. Jesse ain't leave the room. We was there all weekend. I ain't saying nothing else about nothing. Give me my root beer. And we
And
see them go out to get.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and even if she fumbled a little bit, is she a reliable source?
Right.
That would have been my whole thing if I was
Okay.
Jesse. Like, bruh, like as I'm sitting there, you telling me you're gonna get Wendy. Like, bruh, she methed out.
She's a
Nigga, you
fucking
just
crackhead,
when y'all
yeah.
bust in, she was doing a line. Like,
Yeah.
she's not a reliable source.
She on
You
rock
get what
now.
I'm saying? So going back to what if I guess going back to the question I asked
She
you,
on
you
rock
stupid.
now. And nigga say, Franklin was so sad.
she on
Franklin
rock
was
now.
crushed, boy.
Hey, she on rock now.
Hey, boy. It took everything.
Hey,
It took
it did.
everything in his
It did.
power to say that, boy.
Oh
God
man.
damn.
Hey, y'all stupid, bruh.
She on
But
rock
yeah,
now.
it actually makes Jesse's story even more brilliant, which makes it hard to believe that this was his idea. I mean, I ain't giving Jesse enough credit, but it worked out flawlessly. Gomez says they need to let Jesse go, but he wants one more shot. Hank wants one more shot at it. What do y'all think about this scene of Wendy and all her happenings as far as sticking to the story?
This where Hank, excuse me, his lack of finesse comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen part of the reason why I don't think he's a great cop because he's all like brash. It's like brawn. He ain't finessing like we've seen better cops do
He a
on
bull
the
in the
show.
china shop.
Facts. Like I'm gonna get it done this way regardless. And sometimes that ain't what policing is. We seen like a Lester Freeman or a lot of other good police, as he would say, on different shows. But this is what makes Hank not a bad one. He wasn't able to really get in there and like finesse Sinatra out of hook. He could have got her to slip if he was good. McNulty would have flipped.
Yeah.
Now he, you know what
McNulty definitely would have.
he would have had it. All you had to do is give it to Gomez.
Go ahead.
They-
You
you-
think
you-
Gomi could have flipped it?
Yeah.
And then
You
he
didn't.
goes.
You didn't play good cop, bad cop. You didn't take the.
Yeah, he just
You see what I'm
did.
saying? Like you don't get go because like you say, Hank thinks he's cool. We seen last episode where he was making jokes and all that because they all blow smoke up his ass. You know, again, big fish in a small pond. You in Albuquerque, you that guy. So they're like, oh man, he's this and that, blah, blah, yada yada. But like when it comes down to like the technical aspect with stuff like this is where, like I said, he's on it. He knows what he's talking about, but he just does not have the finesse. That's why when we go back to earlier scene in season 1, maybe even I'm on the pilot, but the first season where he was talking about getting Marie, he's talking about I had to try numerous of times. Walt only had to try. It's like Walt, when he finally got his balls up to approach Skylar, he got her. You know what I mean? Because Walt has some finesse. Hank don't have finesse. Like he's brawn. So it's like he has to keep on trying. Come on, Marie. Come on. Like
He wears you down.
He wears you down.
Yeah, he wears you down. That makes sense. We see Walt talking to the psychologist, and he realizes once again. Psychologist confirms, like, "Hey, this could be days. This could be weeks. This could be months. I don't know you. Like I got to get to know you and understand your mind and how you think and what this condition is before we can go ahead and I can give you the approval to leave. And Walt knows he needs to be outside to cook. And even a normal person, going back once again to Spike Lee's point, a normal person who just went through what he just went through with the whole Tuco shootout, this would have been the sign like, oh, it's time to get out. Like I'm not even thinking about getting back outside to cook. That shit's over with. But
Go
that's
take
all.
the job, man. Go take the Gray Matter job, bro.
But that's all.
Like that's
and
what
it's
you
still
would
on
have
the
did.
table.
A normal person. A normal person would have went, called his friend, and been like, "Man, you know what? God gave him what thought. I'm gonna take the job."
Yeah, man. Jesse even alludes to it later in the episode. Like, you still want to cook? Like, what's going on? And Walt gets the idea to ask about doctor-patient confidentiality. He then tells the doctor, like, man, I left to get out that house, bro. I ain't had no moment. I had no episode. I had to get out the house. And the doctor pretty much asked why, and he ran down his life. And he didn't lie. He ran down his life. My son's got multiple sclerosis. My wife has a baby that we didn't plan on. I make $43,700 a year. I'm grossly overqualified. I'm one of the smartest people. I could be doing your job. I got 18 months to live. Like, you asked me why I'm leaving, like why I'm running. Like, it made sense. That's the thing about Walt. He can be convincing. His smartness once again coming out. Like, I know how to play the game. And yeah, it might be difficult when I feel like I got the oncologist and the doctor and Skyler in front of me. But one-on-one, we get the one-on-one. It's up. I can convince you to let me up out of here. Yeah. And that's what he's doing right here. So what are your thoughts on this scene? As Walt is pretty much explaining his life and saying, like, this is why I need to leave.
This is the most honest that he's been probably since the show started. Like, talking to him, knowing that nobody could repeat this. And they did a really good job of him, like, trying to process it and walking through, do I really want to do this? You can see it on his face. Bryan Cranston, great job acting there. But this was the most honest that he's been, that we've seen him since this show started.
Let me ask you a question, Mo. And I'm going to ask you the same thing, Spike. This is the closest thing we get to a Dr. Melfi scene in Breaking Bad. Since we got a glimpse of it, would you have liked to see some kind of asset or some kind of doctor patient situation with with Walt and any kind of psychiatrist or psychologist?
I told you I would. I think it is one of the most interesting things because I don't think it always drives the narrative of the show because you get this moment of seeing your character in this vulnerable state, or at least semi-honest. I don't think it spoils or drives the plot so much, but I do like to get these moments, like with Tony, we would see he may be saying one thing, thinking another thing, or he might be thinking exactly what he's saying, or, you know what I mean? There's all these possibilities that come with therapist scene. So I would have liked that a lot more in this show. But and maybe in a different kind of way they could have done it. Maybe not so much directly like rip off to Sopranos, but something where you're getting an insider update of where they are, because there's so many moments where, like, now we're getting to a place where it's a tricky place with the show. Is like, okay, is it believable for y'all to keep going back and cooking? You know, it's about to get to a place where it's like, okay, now we're getting into TV show magic.
What about you, Spike?
Possibly.
Heavily this episode, after this episode, TV show magic. I agree with that. It would have added value to Walt's character. I will say that. I don't know how they would have did it without it being a straight ripoff of The Sopranos. I'm thinking maybe it could have been in another format. Like, I was trying to think as you were talking and said that, Mo, because I thought it was a good idea. Maybe a barber, somebody to cut Walt's hair, like just somewhere where you have those type of relationships where you talk to people. We didn't get to hear him talk to people enough. We only got to see him do the crazy shit that was on his mind. We didn't get the inside baseball as we did with Tony and kind of how he thought about stuff. So yeah, it would have benefited a lot and helped that character as far as us thinking that he was redeemable. Like I said, I didn't think he was redeemable from the first episode.
No, that's a different question. Redeemable versus broken bad is different.
What you mean?
Well,
Like I never said he was redeemable.
No, I'm saying I may have thought he would be redeemable.
Oh,
if
okay. Oh, okay. Got you.
we had the
yeah.
therapist sessions. Yeah, I don't think
They,
he's
you know what
redeemable
I'll
at all.
say,
You're right.
and Rich, I know you about to respond. I would have said they could have just utilized him and Jesse's relationship. Like we got that moment when Jesse knew
Yeah,
he had
that's
cancer.
good.
You know what I mean? He's like, how long? I'm supposed to know these things. Those sessions in the lab when they're cooking, these could have been opportunities because it's like we already know they're going to cook. These could have been opportunities. You get these small smidgets of what's really going on. I don't remember them really doing that a lot more so than the business, like talking about the business or hey, we're whatever. So that I think Jesse would have been the perfect caveat for that type of thing.
I think it could have. There was a path to that for Jesse to be that, but it was already too far gone. I don't know if Jesse, the same way Walt ain't get no respect, Jesse ain't, or Walt ain't respect Jesse in that sense either. I don't know if he would have ever been honest and vulnerable with him. I don't know if he thought that Jesse was even deserving of that. He didn't even want to tell him why he wanted to do this in the first place. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it had to be some kind of outside figure who's not a part of this because the show does a great job of you don't even know who Walt is. Like you have no idea what the real version of Walt is. Like that's why we even still have the conversation of when did he actually break bad because you don't know. And this is the perfect episode to kind of have that conversation because you do see those two sides as I mentioned earlier. And that's why it's difficult because is Walt playing the game of am I not giving him enough credit for being genuine because I know he's that conniving? That could be true too. Like I don't know, it's all over the place. And you need some kind of like Melfi was outside of the game until she became part of the game for him, and that happened at the end of what season 1, season 2. Like now I brought you in my world.
Yep.
So he needed something that's outside of this whole realm that he's in to be able to confide in that we know. Like once you talk, this is the avatar for Walt being real. And the reason I even asked that question is because of how honest Walt was when he found out about the doctor-patient confidentiality. Like he just came right with it. Tony was much more trying to dance around it and trying to see how he could finesse it. I think Walt would run his psychologist over, like pretty much, like lay it all on him, like rant, let it go, like that type shit. Because I think that's might be the real version of Walt.
Walt don't have any respect for people's craft. Tony did. Tony respected Dr. Melfi's craft. He knew she was smart, and he didn't try to go in there and run over because he did respect her craft. I don't think Walt, throughout the whole series, he don't respect anybody's craft. He'd be like, no, he don't respect what nobody do, and that's why I think
even all of the street connects that
he don't respect. He I don't think he respect. Well, I can't even say it because he ain't. But nobody. He didn't respect what anybody did. If you just think about all the people that he ran into, he don't respect what nobody does. He think like Rich said earlier, he's the smartest person in the room, and there's this. Since I'm so smart, I look down on everybody else and what they do.
And maybe it's a thing because he was looked down upon all that time. Like I'm way overqualified at my job. People been looking down at me, and I'm the smartest person. So now I got a little clout. I got a little reach. You know, I'm looking down on. And then also, you gotta remember, he's a thug. He grew up in thug life. So it's like, bruh, this is way out of my realm. You know, so I gotta respect it. I didn't finish going to Seton Hall. Yeah, I mean, like I just wanted to be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So versus Walt comes from that, like, bro, I know how to shuck and jive and talk to those billionaires or those, Pulitzer Prize winners. Or, I know how to do that. But it is crazy that he had no respect even on the street side. That is a crazy thing. And that's ego. Like that ego is yeah.
Like even with Jesse, like this all the money you made, like not even trying to understand how the game went. Nigga thought Jesse was gonna go sell a pound in a day. Where?
Yeah.
This ain't enough.
Walt funny as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Hank mentioned earlier that he wanted one more shot at Jesse, and he finally gets it. But this time he comes back with Hector Salamanca. We hear the infamous bell, and Hector, as we know, was at the scene of the crime. Jesse contends that, hey, man, this dude don't even know what planet he's on. And then they ask a few questions to confirm that, Hector is aware of what's going on. He can answer these questions fluidly. And they attempt to ask Hector and get him to identify Jesse, but he does not cooperate. He's from the old school Janus.
Facts.
asked him. They asked. This is funny in retrospect. They were asking Hector, "Are you scared of that man?" Pointing at Jesse, which is hilarious. Like Hector Salamanca being scared of Jesse is comedy in its own self.
Bro.
And Hank's talking about some. Come on, Granddad, don't you want to help us out? And Hector shits his pants, literally shits his pants, liquid shit.
Yeah.
Liquid shit.
Uh.
Gomez says, "Yeah, that shit was wild, man. That's
Somebody had to ride
disrespectful.
home with him like that.
Ain't
Somebody had to
riding
ride home.
Yeah, because ain't nobody
They
wiping
ain't
them up.
changing it in the police station.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. He had to sit like that, but that's what he'd rather do that than cooperate with the feds. And Gomez reminds him, like, he's OG. He OG Mexican gang. Like they ain't about to cooperate with no feds and help you, even if it is against somebody that played him.
Mhm.
He gonna take care of it himself. And then they also say, we can let Jesse go. He a nobody. Once again, very underassuming or unassuming, should I say, of these characters, Walt and Jesse. What do y'all think about the scene with Hector coming in and them trying to attempt to use him to pinpoint Jesse?
Not only did they have to take him home, somebody had to pick him up out that wheelchair and put him in the car.
Somebody had to clean up.
Somebody had to put him in that
on the
car.
floor.
And
Pants on the ground.
great job by Salamanca. I think this been a non-speaking role throughout the entirety of the role. It was fantastic, and then getting the backstory and
that was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
You might have the hose. Nah, he might have get the hose, bro. Like,
He might what?
have to. I might have to take you to the back of the building. We gotta get the hose on you, bro. I'm spraying you down.
Yeah.
I don't care. You might have to ride without the pants.
Yeah,
on the real, bro. We're not doing this.
That's
That's
right
the day I
there.
quit my job. That's the day I quit my job.
It was leaking through the wheelchair.
That's what I'm saying,
That's
bro. We're
crazy.
not doing that.
That's
not
crazy.
doing this, man.
Could you imagine?
And there
how
might
his
be a
pants
screenshot
looked?
though. It's like
Yeah, man, we ain't
That
doing
nigga
this.
pants was
that's
probably wet.
crazy. Like he forced it too. That's what made it even crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
that motherfucker let that shit go.
he worked hard. He didn't even have it. That's what it is. He wasn't even
conjured it up.
ready.
He
He
conjured
conjured
it
it up. He didn't even.
That shit's sick, bro. He wild.
He didn't even have it, bro.
Hey, forcing the liquid number 2 is
Bro,
crazy.
that's what I'm saying, bro. He didn't even have it, bro.
Ooh.
He
That
wild.
black lady was pissed.
Oh, she was
nurse.
hot.
I'd have left his ass there.
Yeah, hey,
but yeah,
somebody
this is
come
a
get
good
this.
scene, man. It was a good idea too. To ask
Oh,
him,
man.
if you Hank, but then like Gomez said, like, bro, that's never gonna work. This nigga a gangster. Like, what are we talking about here? So,
Yeah.
it's a good idea for a white cop.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea, and he got the reaction. Hank ended up calling him like them your peoples, like just switch your side or go me all the time like that.
He said,
But
"Your homie."
Yeah, it's your homie.
That's your homie.
It's your
He
man.
said, like Charles Manson, your homie.
Yeah, there you go.
Gomez be throwing them back at times.
Yeah, I don't know if he delivering it because I don't never remember it for some reason.
They so dry.
Yeah, that's why it's like But here's where I wanted to bring up the plot hole.
Okay.
Walter's medicine was at that spot.
Medicine.
Remember his medicine was there. Their ID was there. Well, maybe the
that's
ID,
not-
the ID could have been on the ID. He could have pocketed that, but the medicine still was on the table though.
We know
Remember
that
when he
for
told
sure.
them to empty their pockets. Remember he told them to empty their pockets.
Sure did, and he looked at their ID and said,
Yeah, now he
Walter
might have had
such
their
and
ID and
such.
pocketed, but the
But
medicine.
still, what is Tuco doing with Walt ID?
Yeah, like they got to go to a coroner. There's got to be. That's a plot hole.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't never think about that. Look at Mo.
Yeah, that's a popular one. It's not something I discovered. It's definitely a popular one that I never thought about. It's like I told you, there's a video of how many times Hank could have caught Walt. There's a video put together of like a number of times in different scenarios, and that's the one that stood out the most. I was like, yo, that is crazy.
This episode had a glaring one. Something should have stuck out to him.
Okay, it's a
when we
later
get
scene.
there, we get there. I'll say, but yeah, something should have stuck out to him at that point.
Hank?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he was a good cop.
Is it when he goes to see? Well, we'll talk about it.
I think I know what you. Yeah,
We got a quick scene where Jesse is outside of the federal building. He's downtown. Calls his dad, lying about a data entry job. Needs a ride. Pops tells him to piss off. Like, fuck off. Get out of here, kid. You ain't getting no ride from me. You sound like you high. I'm not coming down there to get you. Him and Wendy walked to the Waffle House. I didn't even know they had Waffle House in Albuquerque, but apparently they do. Any thoughts on this scene? as Jesse's leaving the federal building?
It's weird because it seemed like when he's doing it, it's like he treats it like it's a part of the plan too.
Well, we learned. Remember, he lost that bread.
Right.
That's why he's even calling his dad. I ain't even got no taxi money for real.
Well, but what I'm saying is the way his reaction was like, it felt like it was supposed to. That was like finishing out. That way it felt like. I mean, I get why he would in regular logic, but when he reacted back to the little crackhead chick or whatever, he seemed like, all right, cool. You know, it seemed like that was like the last solidifier or something. I don't know. It was weird, kind of how it was played. But
I get what you're saying. I saw that same look, but I took it more as I expected to call my dad and ask for something. He'd say no. Like I've lost that trust with him. So this is just another day in the life. It was almost like, well, I knew how I was going to go, but I had to give it a shot anyway. Like, of course, you're not going to come get me.
That's
like,
how
you know what I mean.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But yeah, that's just Jesse's life, man. He lost all that trust.
Bro, I'm walking. Like, if I get out of this, I'm walking. I don't like. That's the part I didn't get. Like, bro, if I get out of this scheme where I just got away from Tuco, he had us in the trunk like hours ago, a day ago or so, and like end up getting out of this, and they believed and let me free. Even when they brought the old man in, bro, I'm not calling. I'm walking. I don't care. I'll walk as far as I need to. Like, bro, I don't care how much money in my pocket. I don't need nobody to pick me up. I'm walking. I'm a free man. Like, come on.
And Walt ain't shit. He ain't even offering like a little quick $2-3 grand or nothing.
Yeah, he's
listen, we're gonna talk about it in the next scene. We're gonna talk about it in the next scene. But what what was I about to say? The Waffle House in Albuquerque, man. Milton, if you out there listening, man, I need to know what that's like.
Please.
They throw hands at the Waffle House in Albuquerque. I need to know. Because every other Waffle House, they throw hands. You can't even work there if you don't know how to throw hands.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's just that's for your safety. You know what I'm saying?
That's
or you gotta work
or
you work the day shift. You can't work that night shift if you don't know how to throw down.
Not the overnight shift, buddy.
Yeah, that Waffle House employees jump niggas. They'll jump you.
Yeah.
And get back on the thing.
Hey,
and still get your eggs and shit right.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't lost rappers from Waffle House, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, all types of shit, man. But either way, Jesse calls Walt in the hospital, and they update each other on what the happenings are. Like, what's been going on? Is your plan working? Jesse tells Walt that Hank took all of his money, and Walt wants to make sure that Hank bought the story. To which Jesse says, "Thanks, man." Like, Jesse pretty much saying, "Man, I got bills, bro. He took off my bread. Did he mention my name? Like, bruh, you listening to me, man? I'm fucked up out here, man. Show me a little sympathy. Like Spike said, throw me $1 grand too. Give me something, bro. Like, Walt don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. I want to know if the story went well. I wanted to make sure the RV and the basement are clear. And then Walt tells Jesse, I still want to cook. And Jesse's on the phone like, bro, I can't believe it. And Walt says, what's changed, Jesse? And hangs up the phone, which is a question that I'm very curious about. I'll ask you, Mo. When you see that Walt still wants to cook after everything that's been going on, what are your thoughts about his mental?
This is where TV magic is.
Okay.
So let's just get that out the way. Like, logically, they would stop after this. However, if we're going to stay in the world of Breaking Bad, and Walt saying this, what's changed? Extracts in the sense that, bro, we never said we were going to stop cooking. We said we need to stop working with Tuco. That was the thing in Jesse's kitchen. We didn't never say we were going to stop. We just needed to find somewhere else to get this off. That's what our understanding was. Like, where I told you don't bring the gun and all that before I didn't realize who he was dealing with and all this transpired. Now it's over with. Like, what's changed? So that's why I'm thinking he's coming from. It's like, bro, we've been okay with cooking. We just can't work with dude. You know what I mean? So I understood where he was coming from.
Do you think there's a piece of Walt that's really leaning on the I'm about to die anyway, so fuck it, let's ball?
I think that's the major reason.
I'm
about to die anyway. Like, fuck it, let's ball. But well, now it is. I think it changes later on once he gets, because we'll see.
He might have got a rush. He might have got a rush off this shit.
He does. You could tell. Yeah, you could tell he get a rush from it.
Yeah.
But what's changed? What's changed is a crazy question. Like, everything changed. Nigga, I almost went to jail. Like, nigga, we almost got killed. What the fuck are you? Ain't neither one of y'all no gangsters. Yeah, like we got kidnapped.
But he's dead. Also,
in the middle of the desert.
He's dead.
Yeah, I got robbed.
And that's gonna. But that too is also going to create a vacuum, because like, now who you gonna sell it to?
Yeah.
Jesse had a hard enough time getting in touch with Tuco. Now you got to
Facts.
find another major distributor.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and this is why I love rewatching it because I have no idea who they sold to next. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's the
I'm gonna watch the next episode when the game
I
go
can't
off.
remember if it's the main person or 'cause I feel like that's too early. But either way,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's a big problem.
Maybe we might be
And
coming up on it, right?
I would
We might
imagine
be.
so. I would imagine so.
There's
So
5
see how that
seasons?
works out. 6 seasons,
6.
I believe. Is it 5 or 6?
6, 5. I don't know. I don't remember.
That's
There's
all right.
6 seasons of Better Call Saul. There might be 5 of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, you're
Either
right.
way. No, I gotta see just because it's gonna bother me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, 5 seasons. 5 seasons.
Okay, so then it may not be
Oh,
as
yeah, so
early
it's
as we
about
think.
time.
But hey, well,
It's about
listen,
time.
I was trying to stream it, and it accidentally put me on the last episode of this season, and it's one of the most major, memorable things. I said, this happened this early, so it could be a possibility that we are introduced to who we think.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We talked about magic, TV magic, or whatever you want to call it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Walt is in the hospital bed, counting out loud the 737, the number that he needs to quit cooking, and he remembers that he left cash in the nursery. We saw it in the last episode when Walt Jr. was printing out flyers. He wasn't in the streets, as Spike Lee said. He was printing out flyers, not doing shit. But he remembers I left his cash in there as he's trying to remember what the cash on hand. This motherfucker decides to sneak out of the hospital in the middle of the night, take a bus to his crib, break into his own house where his pregnant wife and his son live, just to make sure that that money is cleared. That's how off the wall and off the rail that Walt is. I don't know how. And here's the thing, man. This motherfucker Walt is always sneaking around. He's always lurking. I couldn't live my life like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like everything that I do, I gotta sneak and tiptoe and shit, bro. Hell nah. Like I can't do that. Like everything you're doing, and this is a make or break moment. If you get caught, you gotta have a hell of a reason as to why you in this house in the middle of the night. Because now I'm about to start believing these doctors. Like, yo, leave his ass here till y'all figure out. This nigga broke out the hospital. Like, you got to make sure you finesse this. And I don't know how Walt Jr. and Skyler don't even hear this. Like, I don't understand how they don't hear him as he like hit the I don't even know what they call that, man.
Talking about the little vent, the what?
Nah, the what's the thing?
Oh, like the little rattler thing over top of the baby crib.
That made some noise, but it does give Walt does have an inside glimpse of what life would look like, without him being there. He gets to see Skyler and Walt Jr. and even Holly, like what this will look like if I'm not here. And he sees him in the kitchen and kind of like get through it. So that kind of, you see him on the way back to the hospital in deep thought, probably thinking of that. He's looking at the missing poster with his face on it. And I thought that was pretty symbolic because he'd been missing. That person that person that Skyler was looking for been missing. He ain't never coming back. Like Walter White is there, but not that person that you knew in that photo. Like absolutely not. So what did y'all think of? Am I the only one that's tripping on how crazy this is? This nigga breaking out of the hospital in the middle of the night. Like this is fucking insane.
It's crazy. I mean, we said this numerous times before. I was gonna say the exact same thing that you said about because Mo brought it up earlier, TV magic. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, bro, like come the fuck on now, bro.
Yeah.
You took the bus to your house, like, and even hitting the little thing over the like she didn't suspect anything. She thought it was the wind.
Yeah,
Like, come
like
on,
the shit on
bro.
like y'all their awareness is terrible. Like my thing, if I was Walt and I seen that shit, I'm having a subtle meeting. Like, hey man, I need y'all to make sure y'all alert when I'm
Tighten
gone.
up. Y'all tighten up.
Tighten the fuck up because they got broke in. I broke in here. Y'all had no idea.
And it was 67 grand in here. Nobody noticed.
Nobody knew. A gun, everything. Nobody paid attention.
Damn.
That shit wild, man. Mo,
I guess
what about
living
you?
in the suburbs.
Man, Albuquerque.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. It's just these moments is like it's just not done well. I'm sorry. Like again, it's these family like oh Walter has a heart for a brief moment to see them because she offers him cornflakes in the middle of the night. It's like again, it's like, bruh, I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
It's so
This one a little bit.
It's so glaring. I'm with Mo. It's so glaring.
Well,
like-
the reason
bro.
It's
The
too
reason-
off. It's too offbeat to connect with. Is the problem? It's like there's no rhythm with the family.
That-
Every family has rhythm, a certain kind of rhythm for their family, and this every time it just feels offbeat, off-putting, and maybe that's the intent. Like
that I agree with. I do agree with that. My point was, a man who knows he's about to die being able to, like, there's something manufactured about, they don't know I'm here right now. So this does kind of feel like a preacher's wife situation where I can look in and kind of get a glimpse. This is what this is going to look like for them. Like, I'm not in this house and they know I'm not in this house, or they think I'm not in this house. So they're moving as if I'm not here. And that's what it's going to look like for them in real time. So that part I can kind of believe. Everything else I agree with you on. But I do believe that's set with him for a while. And that's even more motivation as to why he wants to continue to do this. I have to make sure they right. I have to make sure they good. Like, you know what I mean? I just saw what this is going to look like for them. So yeah, TV magic for sure. But
it's the type of motivation for Walter where it's like it's the last thing you have on your list. You're like, man, yeah, I'm selling this. Plus, I'm about to get this money. Plus, I'm about to be a big kingpin. And it helped my family. Like it's at the end of that list. I feel like, but yeah, this whole thing, and then him sneaking. Like at any point, the nurse, I'm imagining he had been gone for 2 hours. Like you know how long it take to get from the bus to your
Bus? Right, exactly.
Yeah, bro. So there no,
trips.
and I mean, now I'll give him. It's plausible that overnight, nurses are not really checking in your room like that frequent, especially if they just change shifts. So I'll give it that little cushion there. But still, it's like, bro, the odds of you doing that and then sneaking back in, come on, like,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of things have to go right.
Yeah, y'all doing a lot right now.
And Walt ain't smooth enough to talk himself out of these situations.
Nope.
Like, he's just too. Nope. He's not smooth enough.
Because then you get yourself stuck. Say, oh, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was doing. I forgot. And then now you're stuck.
Now you're back at square one.
Yep.
This nigga wandering the halls again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, pretty interesting shit. Hank was watching the robbery video that we saw of the P2 getting stolen. He said the lab who tested the meth, they said it was cooked P2P style. Purest meth since Crazy Eights. And we all know that that's connected because Walt cooked both batches. Hank knows that they're connected, but he can't put it together, and it's bothering him. Gomez offers to buy beers at 11 a.m. It must be Cinco de Mayo. Per Hank, I want to make sure I let that. Hank said that, not me. And it's all a play to congratulate Hank. Now, this is one of the wildest things that you can possibly see. They threw like a birthday. It's not even a birthday party. It's a celebration for Hank catching a body on Tuco. That's literally what they were celebrating. We're celebrating that you took down Tuco Salamanca. Not arresting him, you dropped him. We're going to get you a cake with a smoking gun. We're going to give you a gift, which I'm about to say, you already said it, but we don't see it in this scene, but we get a gift and we know that it's Tuco's grill. What the fuck? Like, this is, get it based on perspectives. You know what I mean? Because there's, you can talk about The Wire. There's a scene where they stole an officer's gun, and that was like a trophy for them. So I get the depending on what side, but at the same time, like, y'all celebrating this man shooting Tuco, squaring his shit. Like, that's just kind of crazy to me. I understand it. It makes sense. It's not far fetched, but it's also wild to see.
Agreed. Here go the part that I was talking about where if Hank was a better cop, he would have been up on Walt.
Mm-hmm.
You know the two purest forms of meth, and they say a chemist damn near had to do this. You're associating Jesse with this. You've already associated that Jesse and Walt communicate because you went to go see him because you thought he was selling them drugs or whatever it may be. Whatever Skyler thought it was, you're familiar with Jesse and Walt's relationship. It ain't strange to you at all that this high-level meth is hitting the streets and it's with the dude who knows your brother-in-law? Like, it don't even cross your mind. And it could sound like a crazy concept, but you didn't even think it? Like, it's hard to believe that he's... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, in season 1, when stuff like this happened, they find the mask out in the desert, you kind of give it a pass. I think we even said it. It's unassuming. Nobody respects Walt. Now I'm deep enough in this investigation to where I reached the point where I need to scratch out all the options. No matter
X.
how crazy they sound,
Even if it sounds insane.
I need to check this out because if you could give me a lead that can, take me somewhere. Like, but you're a chemist, bro. You do this. Like, yeah, you can play the wall game and act dumb, but I at least need to see something. I need to get in the room with you and see, are you acting weird? Are you acting funny? Do you know something? I agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah, like, and you've been there watching that tape for, it seems like, let's say you get to work at 9, it's 11:30, you said. So you've been watching the tape for 2.5 hours. You don't notice a walk. You don't notice like a stride. I know that walk. Like, it's just something to give you a hunch. It's crazy.
Absolutely. I get it.
Yeah, this again, just to tie back into the color schemes again. So there's a consistent color thing going on. I had to call it out because Breaking Bad was intentional. So again, Hank is wearing orange, and you see some people in yellow, and we see some people in white, and we see some people in green. Oh, not green. We have a little bit of green. So it's different things, but again, Hank is the only one in orange. So to bring it back, let me see here, because I got a little scale thing here. I might end up making my own chart for it. So orange, the symbolism in here is humor, action, fire, and violence. And of course, green is, greed, selfish, which we see, obviously, we've seen, Walter still having the green shirt on again. And so I'll talk a little bit more about colors as we keep going. Of course, there's stuff for the yellow, stuff for the white as well. But I just want to keep acknowledging that Hank has still got on orange. I think he may have almost wore orange every episode this season. So, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty wild. I don't really have a ton to add to it, except for the gift, which is wild. But I like how they held the reveal.
Yeah, the gift is fucking insane, man. That's wild. They gave that man a cake. Boss came out and said, "Good job." Like, man,
they took down a notorious drug dealer, though. For cops, I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, but you want to lock him up, though.
I want to be. They don't give a fuck about that. I want to make it clear. I understand it. It's not like it's weird. It's just seeing it. Normally, you see the other side or the perpetual good cop bad or good guy bad guy. Like when you see the good guys, you automatically expect them. Their history has taught you they're supposed to have more morals and higher standards to take the high road. So to see them celebrating taking this nigga head off, which is something they would celebrate because that's what they do. And it's not like it's foreign. Like we've seen Hank take pictures with dead bodies and all types of weird shit. So it's not wild, but it is wild to see it. We know what happens, even if you see like one battle after another, right? When they get, this ain't a spoiler alert, this happened in the first 15 minutes, but when they get Tiana Taylor character, they wheeling her through the spot, taking pictures, selfies, giving her the finger and all types of shit. Like it's like a trophy. So it makes sense, but to see it is just wild. Like y'all treating this like an office party, like a cubicle. Like y'all got cakes and fucking ice cream. Like this shit's wild.
They just did this shit with your mans that they caught from Venezuela. They rode the nigga down the street in a van with the door open.
Yeah, man. See, like the
purple
purple
down, like yeah. Like,
well, he was dead.
Purple they do, but it was
they captured the president of
was he barking?
Venezuela. He
joking. We gotta go. We gotta
joking.
No,
Mo gotta be joking.
He's not. Let's go. Mo, what's your thoughts on this scene? What's your thoughts on the scene as far as like what Spike just mentioned about Hank should have questioned
that was a great tie-in, Spike, actually. Like just the idea they say, like if you're tracking him down to see that them two are connected somehow, which is already weird because he's this old student from back in the day, then how much crazier is it to say, okay, well, let's go that alone is a great point. Period. So that's all I got to add to the scene. I just all this chummy chum, make America great again vibes. I just get out of here. I just care nothing about this stuff.
Right. We see Walt Jr. as Walt is getting ready to be discharged from the hospital. Walt Jr. is pleading with Walt to drink your apple juice, man. You're dehydrated. Come on, man. Tighten up, my nigga. We don't want you back in here. We don't want you wandering naked. Please drink your apple juice. And then we see Hank come in to check on Walt. And it was sincere. And honestly, Spike, to your point, I thought the way Hank was like, "Hey man, you okay?" I thought he was gonna ask Walt like, "Hey, can I talk to him for a minute?" And I thought he was gonna get into it, but he never did. Now, don't get me wrong, he was genuine. He wanted to see how Walt was. He could tell he loves Walt. Um, but not once did he stop and was like, "You know what? Something weird is going on. I think you might be able to help." Or at least question him, and maybe this happens the next episode. But I know you and Jesse have been in communication. Like Jesse's a part of this investigation I'm doing. Tell me what you know about him. Something like that should have happened. But either way, we see Hank be very sincere, asking what happened, and Walt does once again playing the game like he's been the whole episode. I just want to apologize. You were going out there for me. I put you in danger. You know, Hank plays it off. I was just doing my job. But then he pulls out the gift, which we see was Tuco's grill. I don't know if y'all know that grill sold for like $20,000 in 2013 at an auction.
And it's still in that glass piece and everything.
I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it. I'd imagine
That
so.
bullshit. Why?
Yeah,
Because it was on the
20,000.
show.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. They had a Breaking Bad memorabilia. What do you think the highest selling item was from the show?
Well, do you have a list
Were
of
there any
items?
cars?
Yeah, they were no, they weren't cars. They were like
There were no
this
cars.
item memorabilia stuff you can keep in your home.
The hat.
Maybe the
The
blue,
Heisenberg hat.
the blue crystal, like the prop crystals.
Nope. It was Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass, the book.
The book.
Sold for $65,000.
Oh, the Walter White thing.
Yep.
The WW.
We won't get into that later, way down the road. But that was high at 65,000. Not Tuco's, but Hector Salamanca's Bell sold for like 26,000.
Damn.
They was there. They was buying all types of memorabilia from the show. But either way, what do y'all think about this scene of Hank coming to visit Walton Hospital as he's getting ready to leave?
It was a weird interaction. That's all. That's all I would say. It was like this weird, like it felt
This whole
hunchish.
series, I mean, this whole episode was like weird interactions. It was like offbeat a little bit.
I was waiting on Hank to say what you wanted. Like, what you want? Like, you really just came to see me off? Or you want something? Because it felt like he wanted something, but he never said it.
I mean, it makes sense for the offbeat in the sense that this is the aftermath, and it's so crazy. It gone so far in the street scale to make it that you were considered missing. So everything is so unorthodox to figure out how you regulate it back to normality. So I'll give them that. It makes sense why it's so off in that sense. Like, it's like, bruh, I don't even know how I can explain this. And so there's a lot of dominoes that fell, and I got to figure out how to put it back together. So it would be offbeat for something that wild.
That's a good point. We went from them being kidnapped by a drug dealer out in the middle of the desert to acclimating back to real life.
Mm-hmm.
And having to answer questions and not reveal what they were. So that makes perfect sense. That's the reason this episode felt like it did, because it was like, wait, like what? Why is everybody so stupid? But everybody was just so tense and on edge and didn't want that makes perfect sense what you said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We get to the final moment of the episode where Walt comes home and he's pretending once again, playing the game. Got to pretend that he's happy to be back home. Makes a joke about his naked encounter. You know, comes out the bathroom naked with a Heisenberg hat. Tells Scott.
Would y'all had done that?
No, because I'm not as sick in the head as Walt. Like, Walt's trying to find some saving grace. He's trying to get in good with Skyler and make joke. It'll be. I would do it, Spike, if that really happened to me. Not if I made the shit up to begin with.
This makes it even more sick. You're right.
This makes it even more sick. Yeah, the fact that he made this up and he's still continuing to like playing this lie, that's what makes it sick.
In the world of George Costanza, it's not a lie if you believe
this is definitely some George Costanza.
It's not a lie if you believe it. And that is Walter White. He believes it at this point. Like, he's committed to keep the lie alive. Like, he is committed all the way.
Lie alive. Yeah, he's sick, bro. This is a sick ass. This is when you just look at the subtleties. This is a sick ass.
But it did work though. It worked.
You're a sick nigga.
Until
this
didn't work.
Negro.
It did not work.
And Walt, he understands that Skyler is kind of cold. She's been going through a lot. He wants a little bit more of an embrace. So as they're in bed, he kind of tells her, you know, this won't happen again. He's trying to comfort her. And Skyler did something that only women can do with the smoothness. Not angry, not upset. You don't even see it coming. She, this is a real moment. Walt's trying to control the situation. Looks at that man dead in his face, like, Walt, do you have a second cell phone?
Oh,
And that
boy.
nigga was
That's-
not
hey.
ready for that question.
That's one of them you hear your stomach drop. You're like, wait, you don't even know
What?
how to respond.
What's even better, y'all? The way that Walt responded is exactly what all of us do.
Every nigga would have done a second cell phone.
Second cell phone.
Wow.
Hey, if a motherfucker asks you a
Hey.
question and the first thing you do is repeat the question back, that motherfucker lying.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Hey, listen.
Second
I
cell
said
phone.
that to you.
This is so good.
Second cell phone.
This is so good because you're buying time.
every nigga done been.
You're
every
buying
nigga done
time.
been this.
All have been there. Like,
but
what?
listen, the fact that like this man came up with the most elaborate plan for him and Jesse to go separate ways, hitchhike, get caught in the store naked, put in a hospital, Jesse in a hotel with a crackhead, all this, and then he got nothing for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the he got nothing for it. Do you gotta
He
say
think he home free.
bruh? This is so good.
Almost made it. You almost made it.
Hey, I think.
Almost.
Do y'all think this
Hey,
is the
bro.
beginning of where the TED Talk comes in?
I think the
this is what she's-
beginning was.
This is the beginning of her saying what we was gonna call the show at first. When she rolled over that night, that's what she was thinking.
Okay.
yeah.
I think
Nah,
she
nuh-uh.
definitely. I 1,000,000% think that's what she was thinking when she rolled over that night.
You don't think she thought he was
Just,
just, he was
again,
just cheating or something?
He can't get no bitches. Walt can't
Well, that's how
get
Marie
no
feels.
bitches.
I don't think she feel that way. I think Marie
Skylar,
feels
she
like
know that. Skylar know
woman-
that.
She know more than anybody.
Women know when you can't get bitches. She with the nigga every day. She's like, he can't get no bitches, so he gotta be selling drugs. Like it gotta be it. I know
Some
the
kind of
nigga ain't out
criminal-
here fucking nobody. I know that
Even
ain't
if-
the code. You know what I'm saying?
Even
That's
if
fair.
she didn't know it was drugs, she knew it was some kind of illegal activity. She knew that. I think that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's fair.
And I love how like he played it dumb. Like I don't know about this second cell phone. And I love how as he tried to kiss her, she just rolled over. Like nigga, that was that moment where I said, man, I feel Scott because you playing in my face, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
you have
Something
a second
going on.
cell phone.
What,
Like,
what,
and
what,
she
what,
broke
what,
down the scenario. She broke it down. Like I remember you getting a call. They ran the calls. They said they couldn't find it. The only explanation is you having a second cell phone. This nigga like I don't remember any of that. I know I don't have a second cell phone. Like all right, bro, bet, say less.
Hey,
What would y'all
I'm
have
about
said?
to- I'm about to
That's what I was
bust
just
this
about to
shit-
ask.
I'm about
What's
to
the-
bust this shit open for Ted. You lying in my face?
That's fine.
Watch.
Well,
About to
shit,
fuck
we
that
didn't
nigga
even
in
get
my
up.
bed.
But what would y'all have said?
well, you got to figure out who called, and if you figure out who called,
Well, you know it was Jesse.
I know, but you got to figure out whoever. I mean, the phones are gone, but you got to figure out who called because again, you got Hank on the case.
That's
It's that sensitive that somebody might be trying to verify, and this lie gets even deeper now.
That's why you run
it's
back-
deep, Jake.
That's why you run back some shit you already been busted for. Baby,
The marijuana?
I know you didn't want me interacting with this dude. I tried to hide it from you. I went ahead and got a little burner phone. I still get weed from Jesse. I still meet up with him. Like I know you went over. He told me about you going to his house. I know it's forbidden, so that's why I try to sneak and do it. I was
That boy
wrong
good.
for it.
That boy
Hey.
Yeah, that's why I said
That's what you
the
do.
weed. Yeah, the weed thing would have
can't-
got to buy. Yeah,
You can't
boy
bring
good.
you can't bring a new lie.
No.
You already working the new lie.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't bring another one.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
just that's too much.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that would make sense. Because when you first and foremost, you should already have a reason for that second cell phone. Like when you get the second cell phone, in the event that this gets caught or gets found, I need to have an explanation as to why I own it. The second thing is I can't add more to this shit.
yeah.
Because I got to think about what Skylar's thinking. What's going to sound believable to her, to my wife of 18 years or however long it's been? What's going to sound believable to her? What is something she can believe? This is a story, I think, because she's already caught me with it. And she know I've been on some weird shit. It would make sense.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can think of. Anything else, I'm out of there. But I'm not doing the goofy second cell phone. What?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
I,
Like,
I got one right here.
What you
wanna
talking
see it?
about, boss? What you talking about?
Sounds stupid as hell. Skylar said, bet. Say less, my
We
nigga.
got him. That's what she said. We got him.
we got
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen, we got
And cut.
him. Right.
Yeah, and that's what happened. You know, she knows. And I know she knows. Shout out to J. Cole, man.
Hey.
She knows, man. She
Ain't
knows.
nothing worse
Cole was asleep.
than ain't nothing worse as a man than when you know your girl know you lying.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing
fact.
worse than it.
And y'all ain't.
She can't prove it. She ain't proved it yet, and you know she know, but you can't. That's one of the worst feelings in the world, boy.
This nigga Spike preaching.
Hey, listen, that is an episode in itself. Hey, listen.
We both in the net. We both in the bed, knowing I'm lying, but we can't call each other out on it. I can't admit it, and you can't say it because you ain't got no proof. But
you ain't got the facts. You ain't got the facts. But you know she know.
Yep. Damn.
Until you show me a video in 4K, even when you do that shit AI. Even when you do, bro, I'm
Chat GPT.
I'm not going, bro. I'm not going. It ain't me.
That's good. That's good, boy.
We seen Saul impersonate Howard Hamlin just for getting spray tan, man. I seen crazy shit happen. I would show my girl that episode. See?
Stupid.
Nah, we ain't doing none of that, man. And like Mo said, man, credits. We end the episode on that note, man. So season 2, episode 3 in the books. But before we get out of here, we do have to give out some awards and some acknowledgments. We want to start with favorite conversation. What was your favorite conversation this episode? Whoever wants to start.
Walt with the therapist. It's the only time that we get to see him be real. And it was brief, and it was to the point we already knew that stuff, but I still liked it. It's the most authentic version of him that we've seen.
Yeah, and that was a lie. That's the crazy part.
And that was a lie.
That was like a more honest lie.
Right.
Crazy. Probably for me is when they brought in the Salamanca in the investigation room. Like, because when I first watched it, before knowing everything I know now, you know, I'm not putting together like, yo, street code, OG, all this. I'm looking at like, yo, he for sure about to get them up out of there. But then I had to realize, I was like, man, dang, what are the odds? And Jesse was shook. I was shook in real time watching it. I was like, oh my God. I said, Hank is a menace. Like when I first watched it, he went and got the old man off the property. Man. And they showed that he has logic and understanding. So that the stakes were so high. And that was the conversation for me, man.
This nigga Mo picked Hector Salamanca for best conversation. That's wild.
Hey.
Hey, Mo, a funny ass nigga, man. Mine is actually, yeah, you fried. Mine is Jesse calling Walt at the hospital. And the reason why is because that was the closest I think they had to a functioning relationship, like a real partnership. Like they had a plan. They were in a jam together. They depended on each other to get out of this jam. Not no minor bullshit. This is major. This is the feds is on us, bro. We was in a shootout with Tuco. Like we got to make sure our stories are tight. They trusted each other to get it done. It worked. Jesse was calm. Jesse played his role to a T. Whatever element he added to it, he thought it out. Like, make sure Walter know everything good. I done got the shit out the house, the RV gone. Like, Jesse handled business.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, like, damn, if Walt had a little bit more respect, if he put his ego to the side, if Jesse can, like, fight his own demons, what could this partnership have really look like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how did we end up where it ended up when you have moments like this where we can see that y'all getting together? But also in that same scene, you get the answers to that question because as Jesse's talking about real life shit, they took all my bread. I got bills. Walt ain't give a fuck about none of that. I don't even know if you heard him. That's not my concern. Are you available to cook? Are you available to cook? Like we can make you some more money, and that was kind of it. So not only did it show the Jesse and Walter relationship, it also showed and confirmed if you were still to this episode teetering on the line of Walt's good, Walt's broken bad. He didn't even bat an eye. Nigga, we cooking tomorrow. As soon as I get out this bitch, come pick me up.
One word for Jesse. Leverage. He never leveraged anything. He should have left. Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you want to go back to cooking, then bro, I need this. Like he never leveraged nothing.
I need at least 30,000 and 67,000. You got
he should have leveraged. Like he never did.
That shit I will leave this shit at the junkyard, nigga.
Figure it out.
Come on with 30 racks.
Storage bills piling up.
Yeah.
And what?
Figure it out.
What's going on, man? Best scene. What's the best scene in the episode?
For me, it's Jesse with Hank. This is the start of a beautiful friendship, as we'll see in later episodes. But it was this love how Jesse played it, love how he outsmarted Hank, love seeing a plan come through for criminals. So yeah,
It's probably that last scene
that's a good one.
Skylar
because
and,
again that because it that's where I talked about the teetering all episode, the scale, the beakers, whatever. That's where it puts it at an even playing field, and he's got nothing, and that's like the overall theme of Breaking Bad. There's these smart decisions, dumb decisions, and what did they say in The Sopranos? More is lost by an indecision than no decision. And like he, you know what I mean? In that moment, he just flat out didn't have a real decision, a real answer after all of the planning he did. And that is Breaking Bad in a nutshell. I felt like they was intentional about that. So that last scene for sure.
that's funny because I had both those scenes 1 and 2. I'm gonna go with 1. It's the scene Mo just mentioned, the last scene, and 2 is the Jesse and Hank scene. But it's funny because I know you always talk about not having any family scenes or not feeling into the family dynamic. This is the family dynamic.
This was
These are the
was
moments.
top tier. Yeah.
These are the moments. They're just not good. They're not happy. There are no like Sunday dinner versions of this. You get what I'm saying? Like this is it. It's Walt doing some bullshit in the chess match between Skylar and Walt. And even Walt Jr. at times who picks up on shit. But I just thought that last scene, I just gave my thoughts about it a few moments ago, but I thought it was brilliant. And it just shows the balance of the show and just the balance of Walter White and Heisenberg and those differences and how he has to play it. And we still so early on in the shit. He ain't even going all the way down. So
You asked about Saul. Do y'all have any empathy for Walter? Sympathy, empathy, anything?
Nah.
nah.
I don't even. Okay.
That's why I said, like, again, like if we got more insider things to him, like we did with Melfi and Tony, there's a possibility for that. Like, even though we see Tony do some real heinous stuff, especially in that Cold Cuts episode to Janice, it's still like there is empathy there for me, like for him in some regard.
I think Tony was relatable. I wouldn't even consider Walt an anti-hero like we do Tony or your boy Vic Mackey from The Shield, like the classic anti-heroes. I think Walt is just a villain.
He might be just a villain.
He's just a villain. Like it ain't no
he's not anti-hero.
Shit. Yeah, he's just a villain. He's not anti-hero.
Yeah.
Do you think that we have redeeming? You think knowing about Jimmy McGill and Chuck and everything that he dealt with, do you think that's why we kind of root for it? I know y'all mentioned this is a conversation for those listening. We had it before recording about feeling bad for Jimmy McGill, aka Saul Goodman. Do you think that's why? Because we've seen Chuck and what kind of a pompous asshole he was, and
his brother, all of that shit. Yep, the car he drove, like you just felt like, damn, bro.
We get a Walter
break, man.
We get a Walter White prequel, and I think it changes everything as far as empathy goes. There will be at least like, okay, right. I kind of see
to see why he leave the
what happened in college with Gray Matter, like why old boy took his girl. I think we see how that happened, and
that would
that would give a lot more to me.
Yeah, I think the thing with Saul is I don't know. I can't speak for y'all. I didn't want to root for him.
Me neither. I wasn't a fan of Saul.
Like I found myself feeling like I want him to make it through this, even though I didn't want to feel that way. I still was subconsciously rooting for him. So it's a weird concept. I've been sitting with it for a while, just trying to figure out what that dynamic is and why. Because I told her he's like that old woman shit, bro. That really that fucked with me for a few days. I know it's fictional, but I'm like, hey, bro, this is foul. I got a soft spot for the elderly, man. You fucked up, Jimmy. Like you fucked up for that. You I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, what was the best scene of the episode?
Oh, we said the best scene already.
We just did.
We just did. I'm sorry. Who took the half measure?
This is a good one.
Hank. To me, Hank took the half measure. He couldn't you're supposed to be a good cop. You let a prostitute, a half-ass criminal, and a fucking chemistry teacher trick you. Like how? How is that possible? You got a little cake.
A bad joke.
Yeah, like a prostitute, a chemistry teacher, and a low-level drug dealer walk into a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they just played Hank like a fiddle this episode, bro. And then the irony of it, he got celebrated for it. He got celebrated for it. He got a cake, a trophy, grill, like, and then he just got played like a fiddle. So that was he
What they
definitely took the
say?
half.
What do they say? Nobody celebrated more than an average white man.
Average white man. Yep.
There you
Damn.
go.
That really is probably the answer. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna ride the coattail of that. I don't feel like anybody else really. I mean, I could probably say like Gomi maybe, but
Yeah. Whoever cleaned up Hector Salamanca's shit.
The nurse.
I mean,
The
that
black
yeah.
nurse. Yeah.
Yeah. But outside of that, it's Hank. Hank is he had a bad go at it. And the shit that matters, he did terribly at. But the shit that surface level and how it looks to the department for killing Tuco, he had a great episode. So it really depends. But you questioning his chops if you're watching this episode. So I agree. It's gonna be Hank for me. MVP. Who's the MVP of the episode?
Jesse.
Yeah.
Did his
He
thing.
ain't gonna
in
get
the
many of
situation
them.
room.
It's hard
Yeah,
though.
he ain't gonna get many.
It is Jesse, but it's like Walt had 2 plans. You know what I mean, obviously Jesse had to go further with it, but I
Dropped the ball at the goal line.
Yeah,
With the 2 phones shit. He dropped the ball at the goal line. He almost made it.
and breaking and I can't breaking out of the hospital, go home, and I can't do it.
That
I
was
can't
like,
get
yeah.
for that. That's too much.
It's
It's gotta be
Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse got the RV towed. He got all the stuff out of the house so he didn't get busted. He came through with the plan. He came up with the alibi. Yeah, he did a thing in the interrogation room. It was definitely Jesse.
You think Jesse had the harder lie to sell than
No. Walt had the harder lie.
Okay.
Because Jesse's a scumbag. He a nobody, bro. Like, you just out here in the world. Like, a nigga like Jesse binging out for 3 days in the hotel room with a crack whore I could buy that. But if Walt hit me up and been like, man, they found me in the supermarket up in San Andreas, butt naked, and I've been missing for 14 hours.
But Walt don't need no other people though. It's just him to sell the lie. Versus Jesse got some other people. He got Badger to help him move. Got the
I think
crackhead.
that's what's more impressive about it, though.
It is impressive.
Like,
I'm just saying he might have a
underworld-
harder lie to sell.
I'm in this underworld where I got these little connects where I can make some shit shake. Walt had to go full out like crazy person to even make people believe it.
Goodfellas taught everybody, man, keep your mouth shut, never rat on your friends. Like, it's really that simple. Like when the shows always say, like, if you had anything, you ought to have been in cuffs already. That's 100% real. Like, cops are fishing and they want you to give them the information.
They want you to tell them the story.
80 to 90% of their job is getting information from other people about what happened. It's not necessarily them figuring out. Yeah, it's them chasing leads and trying to put the pieces together. Like, they trying to get the story from you. Be quiet and call Saul. Like, that's it.
I don't have anything to say.
I don't have nothing to say to you. You know what I mean?
Like,
That's
you know,
pretty
these
much
new kids are trying to. I was trying to finesse the car. Yeah, sure you were, buddy.
Yeah.
Sure you were trying to finesse the cops, buddy.
Hey, like when they try to get Bodie on that gun, lawyer. Nigga, lawyer. Like, I don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say, man. So,
lawyer.
With that being said, we got to rank the episode before we get out of here. Is this a mid-pack, which is the lowest tier, the 96.2, or is this going to be the Blue Magic?
It's a mid-pack for me, man.
Oh, the lowest.
Yeah, this is a mid-pack, man. Especially coming off that last episode, and I think Mo spoke to it. Like that last episode was so good, and like you were like, okay, shit, this gonna take off. And then I had to deal with all this fucking. This episode felt like paperwork.
Yeah.
This episode felt like you were filling out forms in the fucking doctor's office. We're like, well, come let me get to my business. Yeah.
This feels like that first day back after the holidays.
Yeah, like you
first
start
Monday
a new
back
job. Yeah, that's what this felt like. It was like we got to do this.
This is what it feels like when you have a great episode and then you got to turn around and mix it. I'll give it 96 too. In the watch, I felt mid-pack chili powder, but to think about it from like after reviewing it, I think it's somewhere in the middle because they got to do it this way, and then like the mind trick the Jedi trick that they play on us to make us participants in this with the characters not being Jesse and Walter. I think there is a brilliance in that. And there was still some stake moments, like of course with the Hank and Jesse, the lies being sold and how far, So it was some stuff. It's a little better than mid. It's not preferable at all, but it's just for me slightly. It's a low 96 too, but it's still better than like the low tier, like for me.
It's not an unwatchable episode. I will give you that. It is still good, but it's just not. You know what's coming.
It's the sequence of it between from there. Yeah,
like.
Yeah, understood. I got it at 96 too as well. You know what I mean? Not the best, not the worst. I didn't mind it as far as, especially the Jesse element of it. I think that's probably the biggest thing. But some of it was just absurd. We talked about it in the episode. It was just a little bit too much, but still an enjoyable episode of television. And it made me prepared or get ready for what's happening next as we continue the story. So that is our episode, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please remember to hit us up, like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, post it, do whatever you can, man. We appreciate the love and support. If you're looking for us on Instagram, NMHM, no more half measures, NMHM _ Bad Pod. Email address is no more half measures pod@gmail.com. Hit us up. We'll make sure we include you in the episode. And until then, we'll catch y'all next week for episode 4. We out.